Hello and welcome to Clued In, a brand new true crime podcast with me, Jake, and my partner in crime,
Callum.
This is the very first pod in our new series, which is going to be focused on what True Crime TV doesn't tell you. Throughout our 6-part special, we're going to be calling out what popular series have missed out and got wrong by speaking to experts and key people involved. Today, we're starting with the case of Anna Delvey. But before we jump into it, if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our future episodes, including pods on Sophie, A Murder in West Cork, and the Amanda Knox documentary too, make sure you follow our Instagram at True Crime UK for all of the latest content. Now that's out of the way, I'll pass you on to Callum, who's going to explain the fascinating case of Anna Delvey. Over to you.
So, Anna Delvey, whose real name is actually Anna Sorokin, is a con artist who was arrested in 2017 for defrauding several people, banks, hotels, financial institutions, etc. for around $275,000. She was born in Russia and raised in Germany, and after graduating school in 2011, moved around different countries for a couple of years, until eventually arriving in New York City in 2013 to attend New York Fashion Week. Sometime before this, she started using the name Anna Delvey instead of Sorokin, and after deciding to stay in New York and quitting her job, she created the Anna Delvey Foundation. She wanted this to be a private members club and art foundation, and began befriending rich socialites at parties by pretending to be a wealthy heiress from Europe. She then used this position to convince these wealthy people to pay for things like hotel rooms, fancy meals, and even flights, with the promise of paying them back, and conveniently forgetting to do so. This is how she conned her way to a life of luxury before being arrested on the 3rd of October 2017 as part of a sting operation. Eventually, she was found guilty on 8 charges and sentenced to 4 to 12 years in prison, and fined over $200,000 in 2019.
But what we'll be discussing today is Inventing Anna, the Netflix show based on the case. We're going to see how different the dramatisation is to what actually happened. We're going to be speaking to some of the key people who were directly involved in the case, such as Todd Spodek and Jessica Presler, who Callum's going to tell us a little bit more about now.
Jessica Presler, who is loosely represented as the character Vivian Kent in the show, is a New York Magazine journalist who was one of the first to write an in-depth account on Anna's exploits. And Todd Spodek is Delvey's lawyer, and in the show is shown to have become friends with the character Vivian, who helped Spodek organise information for the trial. In reality, this didn't happen, and he didn't receive any help for the case.
Well, I, for one, am really pleased that we've managed to get our guests on the podcast, and I'm really excited to be talking to them about what actually went on behind the scenes in this Netflix show. Stay tuned, because we're going to be talking to them in just a minute. We are also very pleased to announce that the Clued In True Crime podcast is sponsored by NordVPN, who we're going to be partnering with over the next few weeks, and they've actually got a sale on at the moment, which you can check out in the link below.